Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today we're going to be doing the first update in my 2024 rolling 10 pan. Now for anyone who may be unfamiliar with panning, essentially what I've done is I've chosen 10 products to focus on in hopes of using them up completely and then rolling in something new in its place. This is something that I find really helpful in reinforcing how long it takes to use up my makeup and really helping me to hone in and make sure that I'm not just bringing new products into my life, but I'm also making sure to actually use things up before I'm unable to due to expiration. So I do have 10 items and I'm super excited to say I do have 2 rollouts this month. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, when I did the introduction to this project, I did mention that I won't be going as hardcore as I've gone in the past. So I haven't recorded usages or weights or anything like that. We're just going with visual change progress. So we'll start with one of the items that is really uninteresting to show, and that's a mascara. This is my Amicole mascara, and I love this mascara. It is, of course, what I am wearing today, and it's still going strong. It has just the slightest bit of flakiness to it when I first apply it, but it still lasts and hold up great throughout the day. It's still making my lashes look absolutely beautiful. So we'll be keeping this around until I can't use it anymore. I've also mentioned in the past that I am a terrible makeup consumer and that I don't just rotate things out every 3 months like I know experts say you should do with mascara. I use it until I physically can't anymore. So we're holding on to this sweet baby here. The other item that I can't show any progress on is my BB cream from Dr. Jart. This is the Dr. Jart BB Beauty Balm. I absolutely adore this product. It is the perfect of most perfect skin matches for me, and I absolutely love it so much. This packaging though, I cannot see through it. It is a hard plastic, so I can't like bend it. There's really nothing I can do to get a solid sense of how much is left in here. I will say the last few times that I've used it, it's been quite sputtery, but it's not an airless pump, so I've just been kind of like shaking it down to the bottom every day, because that's one thing that I will say I don't love about this is because this is a hard plastic, I can't cut into it. I'm not going to be able to scrape every last little bit out, which I'll be honest is something that I do prefer to do. When I buy something and I use it, I want to make sure I'm getting every last little drop out of there that I can, and I won't be able to do that with this packaging. So we're definitely keeping her around a little bit longer, but I have no idea how long she'll be staying in for. And let's move on to our last sort of squeezy product. This is from Danessa Myricks. This is the Yummy Skin Glow Serum. Now this one I can put a flashlight up to so we can see that there is a change in product use. I go back and forth these days on primers. I didn't use this today because I used a glowy sunscreen, the e.l.f., what is this called? The Woe Glow. So I didn't see the need for 2 kind of more illuminating primers and sunscreen together. So it's been kind of hit and miss using it, but it is a product that I do really love, and I think it is really a nice product, but we still have a good ways to go on it. Let's see. One thing that didn't get hardly any use is the blush that I'm working on. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon in the shade Rosé Champagne. And while I did for a very long time love this blush, my tastes in blush have changed. I used to go super neutral, and I've just been really into pink lately. I don't know what has come over me, but pinks and berries, perhaps it's this time of year, have just really been capturing my attention, and that's what I've been wanting to reach for. So this has not gotten a lot of use. I do find sometimes that it's nice to use if I've gone a little bit overboard to just sort of blend things out a bit, but all in all, not a ton of usage. I do have my Makeup by Mario. This is the soft sculpt transforming skin enhancer. It is a mouthful. And thank you for the comment about your experience with this, because I was totally and completely unprepared. I'm gonna pop up the comment on here about the fact that over 350 uses after you hit pan. That is bananas. So thank you so much for that comment, because it really helped to give me a more solid understanding of what my expectations for this product would be. I think that a lot of us, even those of us that have been panning for a number of years, once you hit pan, you think you're on the right track. And I mean, you are on the right track, but I think sometimes we forget just how much product comes in these packages. And so having heard other experiences is so helpful, because I feel like it's gonna help minimize any sort of kind of disappointment at not moving through things as quickly as I think we think we're going to when we hit pan. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, love this product, love using it. Very happy to know that I'll be using it for probably the rest of the year. I do have another bronzer. This is from Essence. This is their Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder in 01 Natural. This is a beautiful, beautiful product. As you can see, I had already hit pan in here, and I have been enjoying using it. Again, this pan is humongous. It's thin because it's so big, but it's still, there's a ton of product left in here. So I will have this going for easily another 6 months, possibly more. I feel like that's a conservative sort of thought process there. I have a Frankenshadow here in a MAC pot. This is just a whole bunch of sort of cream ivory shade eyeshadow that I use to set down my eyeshadow base when I'm doing my makeup. So I am hoping to work through it, and I will probably crush up some additional powder to go in here once it's all done again, because it's really nice to have something like this when I'm working with an eyeshadow palette that doesn't have a shadow like this in it. Because in my personal opinion, I honestly prefer when eyeshadow palettes don't have one of these shades in it, because I simply do not need one in every single palette I own. And I realize I am in the minority here because I have a crap ton of makeup, and not everybody may feel that way, but for me, I like having just its own separate entity that I can have just here on my desk all the time, no matter what. So it is going to be something that I will have no problem using through. I just don't have a good expectation of how long it will take. I have another Frankenshadow in here, and this is, ooh, can we see it? Yeah. It is kind of this lovely sort of rose gold sort of shade. It is a combination of a bunch of different eyeshadows from a Sleek palette that I was attempting to pan a few years ago. And I do want to get used up, but I can tell you I have used this twice in the last month. So hopefully, well, no, I guess I used it once in January, and I've used it once in this first part of February. So I've used it twice since pulling it into this project. Let's say that. So hopefully I can sort of buckle down. I've just been really into, well, obviously purples and pinks, because that's what I've had a lot of, and then greens. So I just haven't thought about this one, but I do want to make sure to continue to update in this so that I'm making a concerted effort and reminding myself that I do want to get this done and used up. All right, and that leads us into, that leads us into the two empties that we have so far. So at the beginning, I did roll in this powder from e.l.f. This is the Halo Glow Setting Powder, and I really thought that this would take me a lot longer to use up, but nope. I blew right on through it. So it is empty, done, and dusted. So that is very exciting. Powder is something that it typically takes me quite a long time to go through, because I do have balanced to dry skin. I tend to go very light-handed on the powder, because I just want to kind of remove any sort of dampness, I guess we'll use that word, when I have applied all of my cream products, but before going in with my powder products. And yeah, I really enjoyed this powder a lot. I have a backup of it, but I have it in the pink, and I'm a little nervous about breaking it out yet, so I'm gonna use something else for the meantime, but having a full-size powder empty feels really, really nice. I did also use up the setting spray. This comes as much less of a surprise to me. I didn't have all that much left, so just this much. This is from Wet n Wild. This was with their collaboration that they did with Sesame Street. This is the Count on Me 5-in-1 Prime and Set Spray. I really enjoyed this. I like the sprayer on here quite a bit. In fact, I might decant something else into here. I'm not sure yet, but I liked this. This worked well for me. My needs are pretty minimal when it comes to sprays. I don't have an issue with longevity. Again, balanced to dry skin, so my skin doesn't like eat through makeup in the way that more oily complexions sometimes can. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I don't put my makeup through the rigors. I do like using a spray though to help kind of meld all the powders together and just give everything a very polished and cohesive look. And this worked beautifully for that, so big fan there. And what that means is that I have 2 items to roll into this project, and one is going to be a powder and the other is going to be a spray. So let's go ahead and start with this one here from NYX. This is their the Marshmallow Setting Spray. I don't know if this is new or not. It's new to me, so it is quite full up here at the top. I picked this up in January, I'm pretty sure, because I wanted to buy something else from NYX, and it was buy one, get one 40% off, and so I was like, you know what, I'll give this a try. I will say I don't love the sprayer on it, which is why I'm considering just putting it in this bottle here, but yeah, it's a matte finish makeup setting spray. I don't find it to be overly matte. It is what I used today, and my skin still looks pretty nice and healthy. I do still have a little bit of glow. Of course, that's mostly from highlighter, but even on the rest of my skin, I don't look dry or, you know, kind of flat the way sometimes matte products can be. So far so good, but I've only used it a handful of times since purchasing it. The other is going to be this powder from L'Oreal. This is their Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation Powder. Mine is in the shade 5 Pearl. I have used either 1 or 2 of these up before in the past. This is a powder foundation that I do quite like, and I would like to just get it used up. I hit pan on it, I think sometime last year, and I haven't really picked it up since. So I would like to get this baby used up. It is what I am wearing today, and I think it looks really nice on my skin. I do tend to use a really big fluffy brush when applying it, so it looks really nice, I find, at least with kind of tinted moisturizers, and then this will give you just a touch of extra coverage in the way that a loose setting powder typically doesn't. So I find that this works really well for me and the way that I wear makeup throughout the week. So I think I'll be able to get it used up over the next probably 3 months, I would think, but we'll just have to kind of wait and see how it goes. So that is my update for my rolling 10 pan. Let me know what items you are currently working on and what you want to get out of your collection this year. Again, I love doing projects because it really, again, solidifies that no, Ashley, maybe you don't need to buy that new thing just because it's trendy and popular. You have a whole bunch of stuff here that needs to get used up too. So let me know your thoughts on that. If you've enjoyed this video, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing before you leave. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.